Labor dispute. Slash elected officials pay by 50%. ZLP urges President Tinubu. That's Zenith Labour Party. Zenith Labour Party is asking the president to slash the pay of elected officials by 50%. All right, so those are the headlines that we could pick on the pages of the leadership newspapers. Yes, from the leadership newspapers to the Punch newspapers. And the major headline in the Punch newspaper is FG rates on farming. I'm sure this will be a delight to a lot of Nigerians. Mild tomato paste mixture can boost blood volume, says nutritionist. Kano others crack down on same-sex marriage promoters. Still on the Punch newspaper, EFCC opposes Emefiele's request for overseas trip. That's a medical trip. And still staying with the Punch newspaper, wage reforms. Local airlines project 980 naira per liter. Newspapers, human rights, democracy, economic growth, key issues in Seminole Agreement. Yes, for those of you who have been following the controversy, maybe you should just pick up a copy of the agreement. It's on the internet and read it, not depend on what we see flying on the social media. UNN probes death of first-year student found in campus drainage. One sad story that broke, I think, about 48 hours ago, still trending. Anxiety as hyena escapes from Jos Wildlife Park. Vulcanizer arraigned for alleged 10 million naira car theft in Lagos. Suspected female sex trafficker, 59 others nabbed in Plateau State. Father arrested for alleged child abuse in Bauchi State. And there's this story that I'm sure Mr. Salami will remember this. When the story was breaking, we were informed of the story immediately. Abuja man protesting hardship on telecom mast taken into custody. So I'm sure that story is on the front pages of virtually all the newspapers for review today. Okay, so the Guardian newspaper. NNPCL, Ipman blame private depots, refund 11.8 billion naira to Southeast customers. Obi urges anti-graft agencies to focus on grant theft. Obi talking about the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the last general election. And still staying with the Guardian newspapers, student loan, NAMS gives tertiary institutions 48 hours to submit data or to submit the data to relevant authorities. But yes, that's how the Guardian newspaper posts the story. And its outlook on funded deficit hits 1 trillion naira in 9 months. Well, and POS operators get second chance as CAC extends registrations. About all we can take from the Guardian. Okay, maybe we should just take one or two other metropods of select food items. Tunji Ojo laments infrastructure decay at Ikoyi registry. APC looks as if elections campaigns have started already. And WTO chief warns against global trade breakdown. And the head of that organization, WTO, the World Trade Organization, is our own dear Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. And staying with the Guardian newspaper, Mossop fault incessant oil spills in Ogoni. Ogoni again. For those of you who are old enough, anytime you hear that name Ogoni, it reminds a lot of us of so many things. And the Nation newspaper is where we are now. Lagos reassesses resilience strategy to sustain development. And that's from the Nation newspaper. And the Nation newspaper also is staying with the Rivers crisis, saying Rivers crisis deepens. Yes, yesterday that state was in the news for virtually all the wrong reasons. Lagos, Netherlands partner on coastal zone management. That's still on the Nation newspapers. Nigeria Air CEO, negligence on daughter's death. We are with the Tribune newspapers now, and Uzodinma to Nigerians, Tinubu deserves your praises, not vilification. That's Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma. Hunger. FG announces plans to import 500,000 metric tons of maize and wheat. Another good news. Logistic challenges, flooding, cause of fuel queues. That's from the NNPCL. And still some hints on tripartite committee's recommendations. That's another story that has remained on the pages of newspapers for the last how many months now and weeks now. Breaking, Abuja man went on that mast. I'm sure we've not heard the last of that. Oyo residents to benefit from Tinubu expresses readiness to address challenges facing Nigerian students abroad. Good news for Nigerians, especially students who are outside the shores of the country. Special Presidential Envoy WEF seek ways to enhance Nigeria's climate value. Bandits dressed in hijab abducts, okay, we'll leave that alone. Flood. NEMA redeploys officers to reinforce siege rescue operations nationwide. And cooperation. We're in 7. We'll take a short break now. When we return, Mr. Salami will be standing by to do justice to some of the stories and the newspaper. Please don't go away.
World headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. MSCDC. That's Citizen FM 93.7, a program designed to serve as a platform to raise suggestions on how best to improve Nigeria's security system in collaboration with our security agencies and citizenry. Every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon on 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja. Remember, Nigeria's security is our collective responsibility.
That was coming from the president.
Clearly behind it, the way the people took the battle in their hands. Some civil servants will die without a roof over his head. The cause.
If we cannot trust you, then you cannot take the ticket of this country. Those things cannot be divorced from those who cause the crime. Honestly.
The passion. You must have national spread. So it's always the same.
Insight on Citizen FM 93.7.
The source is constant.
My name is Lawrence Moite.
There is always an opportunity.
Tomorrow, Insight returns with another interesting
Insight with Lawrence Moite on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Be part of the experience.
Thank you for staying tuned. Still newspaper review on Citizen 93.7 FM. Yeah, in the city center, Abuja. And you can join the discussion. The phone lines are open now, 0903 222970 081 to join in. Well, conform to the rules of the house. Alright, Mr. Salman Salami is still in the studio. Mr. Salami is in-house analyst in addition to being the chief operating officer of Citizen 93.7. Mr. Salami, good morning once again.
Good morning, Lawrence, and very good morning to you, our Super Citizen listeners.
Alright, Mr. Salami, what other place to start this than the issue of food? FG suspends food import duties, partners states on farming. And let's take a bit of window for food commodities as it stands. The government also expressed its decision to collaborate with states to expand land cultivation across the country. Consequently, the government suspended duties, tariff and taxes for the importation of certain food commodities through land and sea borders. Among other things, the latest directive is expected to reduce demand for forex by food importers. In 2023, Nigerians spent $2.13 billion to import food items from foreign countries. Mr. Salami.
Once again, let Nigerians rejoice. Rejoice in the sense that at least we have a listening government. Listening government in the sense that nobody will deny the fact that there is hardship in the land. Adding food crisis to it makes it excruciatingly painful. For the government to now say that yes, we have waived the tariffs on tariffs, duty, and taxes on food importation is a welcome development. It only means that through air, land, and sea, we can bring in food into the country. And of all the needs, 3 major needs, food comes first. Food, shelter, and clothing. None of this compared to food. Make food available. Let there be food in Yafu in the country. We need food. We must feed ourselves. Food comes with this, I think, very soon. Very, very soon. Nigerians will heave a sigh of relief.
All right, Mr. Salami, yes, I really understand your standpoint, but as you were speaking, I was also pondering, how did we ever find ourselves in such a situation where Nigeria, with its abundant blessing, arable land, and everything, we need to resort to the importation of food just to solve a problem? I know that this may be a short-term measure because of the current realities, which is worldwide anyway, but shouldn't we, Mr. Salami, shouldn't we get to a situation in our country that even if the whole world is undergoing famine, That shouldn't be our problem.
But all you just do is to laugh. Even though I said that yes, it is good news in the real sense of the word, importing food. What has happened to our arable land? What has happened to the were built with process from that time? And in actual fact, the development in the southwest under the sage was made possible from the cocoa, proceeds from cocoa, and ditto in the southeast. The pastor then Michael Obama did wonders. It only means that we have always, how did we get here? Yes, we've been saying it that wherever there is no piece of flattery and to salvation is.
All right, Mr. Salami are currently having the founding fathers of the nation. Because, Mr. Salami, just drive through Niger State and you ask yourself, why is Nigeria having any problem in terms of food? Even as we speak in the city center, if you throw away some seed, we are blessed with those things. All we need is a nation. No governor wants to go through that road because sometimes it's long, it's tedious before you begin to see the benefits. People want to construct airport so that during the next campaign, you will point to that is what you did. People want to do 2-kilometer road and just leave it and commission it. But people don't want to invest in agro-business. We have gone past agriculture now, Mr. Salami. Agro-business is the way forward.
It is.
So a lot of our people have lost focus over the years.
Let me tell you the truth. And we must say the truth because that is the cardinal duty of journalism. Our politicians have never had focus. What they want is this. They are more interested in lining their pockets. That is the truth. Because I wonder why what states will be thinking of now is corruption is everywhere.
And it's also an escape route for the elite.
It is.
So you don't need to pass through the bad roads.
In fact, do you know that the clamor for white elephant projects, which we know that even if you spend 8 years, you will not finish it or complete it.
All right, Mr. Salami, before you start our brain, let's stop at that and come back to the affiliation by former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Defense Counsel Nabil Awal had filed an affidavit seeking the release of Emefiele's passport to enable him travel to the...
Well, I don't really know how to analyze this. Well, I've been saying it, that a dead man cannot stand trial. A dead man cannot stand trial. If in truth his health has become an issue, there is a need for the government to allow him access robust health care. But then the question is of the elite. Even though he was never the minister for health, the problem is this. If it involves health and it is a genuine case, I plead that they allow him to travel out of the country to access good health facilities since we do not have one there. But even at that, he should have his days in the court.
All right. Mr. Salami, yes, that he has a fundamental human right to seek medical treatment. But then the question is, what the court may consider. One, okay, let's take this call, Mr. Salami. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good
Buddy, good morning. How are you, my brother?
Fine, hello, good morning. To Mr. Salami, good morning. This morning.
Good morning, my brother.
My name is Buddy. No, before I go on this point, I hope Safemo is okay. You're hearing from him.
Who?
Safemo Ajekuko. I hope you're hearing from him.
Yes.
Yeah, send my regards to him, please.
I will.
No, to the issue this morning.
Yeah.
Is a person lost a friend during the redesign of this naira, where you have money in the bank but you couldn't. In one of the general hospital, I lost a distant friend
who I've not heard from for a long time. He lost his life in Lagos. All to this redesign of this money, all due to Emefiele. He must not leave this country. They should not allow him to leave this country. Whoever his boss is that they could not hold him, he definitely must pay the price. Just like what you said. How many of them have invested in the health sector in the country? Go to the general hospitals. The national hospital which the late general built, go and see it in the Soro state. What have they ever sat down and talked about this country where they're in office? Where he's running to? Lord, if nobody has done it, will he run there? If the people they are also running to Nigeria, will he also run? They have run to that country because they sat down and think of their country first before their own pocket. That is why they are running there. If he runs there, who will take care of us? Who they were to lead? But then to the issue of the granite, the food issue, just like what Mr. Salami said and you also said, what foundation have they laid, our leaders? The one our forefathers laid for us. What did they lay? Or rather, they destroyed the farm export today again any longer. How many of the states that produce cocoa can boast that they are exporting cocoa as of today? Let any of the governors comes out and tell us that they are exporting. No, let me tell you a short story. I'm into granite selling. I was thinking of doing the business sometime last year. Do you know how lucrative that business is? For getting that granite. Do you know how difficult it is? I don't even know what we take this year now with all this situation with granite, this production cost and every other thing. Just like what you said, they cannot pyramids. Where is it?
All right.
Where is it as of today, Lord?
All right, but they will have to let you go. Thank you, sir, for that. That the court is going to take into consideration in considering this request will be one, what is the ailment of the former CBN governor? Two, are there facilities in the country that can handle it? If there are facilities in the country that can handle or attend to such ailments, I'm sure that that request will be turned down. But if there is not even one, then I'm afraid the judge will not be able to, in all good conscience, stop that request.
Well, now that the federal government is waiving everything, I think they waive the LLB so that our own law will be sworn into as a judge of the High Court. Alright, that's a good one. But much more than that, the court will look at whether granting him that request, he will elope.
No, that one is basic. If it's a flight risk, yes.
They will not allow it.
No, that one is
as a human being. I look at it from the fundamental human right perspective. But I won't accuse body of vindicate fair hearing.
Of course, yes. And to put the record straight, I don't think let's just get that straight. So, Mr. Salami, let's get back to this story from the Leadership newspaper. FG gives contractors 3 months to complete emergency project. The federal government has issued contractors handling the Minister of Works, David Umahi, gave the deadline during a meeting with contractors yesterday in Abuja. Mr. Salami.
By his word, Engineer Dave Umahi is somebody that we should celebrate. This country should celebrate the good ones, public office holders who are holding their own and who see public office for what it is, public trust that must not be abused. For Dave Umahi, the Haswai Works projects.
Yes, projects. Yeah.
The 260 emergency project will need more breakdown so that the Nigerians will be able to, within 3 months, and it's a matching order. It only means that where there is consequence, where impunity is not allowed or impunity is unacceptable, there is hope at the end of the tunnel. There is light, as they say, at the end of the tunnel. Honestly, initially I used to say that I have that I'm cautiously optimistic about our great nation.
But I can inform you now that I'm very much optimistic.
Well, that's good to know, and I'm sure I hope that you're also winning converse. But I also need to good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to Mr. Lawrence and our chief analyst in the house. My brother.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to citizens all the South. I just want to comment
Sir,
on
you didn't tell us your name, sir.
about the...
Sir, you didn't tell us your name. Good to have you. Please go ahead.
We talk about where are we from here. The issue of agriculture, even as of before we start, we are running our government here. We are running it as if federal is to...
Hello, we seem to have lost Yomi there. Well, Yomi, if you can still hear us, you can call back. The lines are still open. You can call us on 0903 2229797. You can also call us on 0818 2222205 or 0818 2222206. If the same before also done its parts, where the contractors effectively mobilize in accordance with the agreements both parties sign, because sometimes you hear complaints, we have not been, we wanted to come in for re-evaluation, this and that, and so those are things
Nigerians want to hear is that I will not be the
they will pay us and then we'll now put in and our rates are very cheap. You understand? So if you're a contractor there and you have any observation or anything you want the public out there to know, Citizen FM is the place to be. Just walk in. We are located in Sirius Labour House, 4th floor, Central area, and we will do that for you at a very small price.
Lawrence, I will recommend you for NIPR.
Mr. Salami. Okay, let's move on, please. Still staying with the leadership newspaper. Pro-Wike lawmakers bounce back. Rise Fubara over city minister in Wike has written Governor Siminalayi Fubara, highlighting his actions that allegedly breached the provision of the 27 members had been in limbo since when the River State High Court ruled that they had lost. Claims that the combatants have returned to the trenches. Mr. Salami.
You see, I will, if care is not taken, and if the allegation is constitutional breaches, Fubara should watch his back. State House of Assembly, I don't know, give unsolicited consultancy advice. I will not do that.
Well, yes, Mr. Salami, just like I'm sure, because Mr. Salami, one thing I like about you, your wealth of experience in terms of your institutional memories concerning politics in Nigeria. You can see the handwriting on the wall effectively that this is moving towards somewhere, even with the language of the lawmakers. Just like you said, they are just waiting for that legitimation. They're waiting for that validity by the court to say, yes, you guys are still in the house, and then they'll move to phase 2. And which political pundits know what phase 2 will be.
And we understand politics of the media. We understand the media and the politics of the media. We will not say more than that.
Alright, it's still newspaper review on Citizen FM 93.7. The numbers to call 0903 22222205. You can send us a WhatsApp message. NNPCL marketers pass the bug as queues spread. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and oil marketers are shifting blame on the actual cause of the current spate of petrol supply shortages in the country. This is as the long queues that resurfaced in Abuja since last Wednesday have spread to Lagos and other states, causing untold hardship for motorists and commuters. Mr. Salami, this looks like a vicious cycle all the time. There's hardly anything new here that we didn't witness in every few scarcity situation. It's always like that. First it will start with, there's panic buying, no need to panic, we have enough stock. Then the next thing there will be back and forth, trading of blames.
Lawrence, I think this is one area that the government has to come in and come in forcefully. I can bet you that initially I thought that it was in Abuja. and giving the development and the sustenance of our economy, there is the need for the government to come in and come in powerfully and decisively. It is unfortunate that we've been hearing it. It is panic buying. It was due to flooding and logistic operations. Let them break it down. So what has flood gotten to do with...
maybe if the roads are flooded, then the tankers can't move around.
In the first instance, Lawrence, let us get these things right. Oil pipeline, what is happening?
That's a story for another day.
The train or the cargo, what is happening? There are cheaper and better ways and sensible ways of solution.
We'll take one or two stories before we wrap it up. We're still with the leadership, Mr. Salami. Remember when this story broke yesterday? We are one of the first few people to be alerted to this. Put one Shaibu Alhaji Yushan for attempted suicide after he climbed ASU radio broadcast mast, threatening to kill himself. Placard that read, "It's long enough." His placard also stated, long. The FCT police spokesperson, SP Josephine Ade, while confirming the arrest, said following a distress call from concerned citizens about the young man who climbed the very high mast that attempted suicide is a crime.
By the first to know yesterday, he just told myself that this is our Dakerikeri. No.
That's nice.
Whoever wants to kill himself will not announce that I want to kill myself. And suicide is a crime. Let us be serious about it. You mean and should never be an option. It's for the cowards. When you have a problem, face that problem squarely. And perhaps it may end up even being a window of opportunity for you in life. Because when you are able to charter is what? Oh man, I saw everything yesterday. Please, at no point should one consider suicide as an option. It can never be an option. Every problem, every action has its expiry date. All you need is patience, persistence, perseverance.
Yes, Nigerian people are going through a lot. That students, that worker, that and you envy is going through a lot. Everyone is going through something. So just keep up. Don't give up. As long as
of knowing in general. When I told him that, General, I admire your stars. He said, for every star you see, there is a scar.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Salami, let's take this story. Cholera outbreak. Lagos bears brunt as Nigeria records 113 cases, 7 deaths in 1 week. Talking about the cholera story, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control has reported a concerning surge on 23rd. According to the NCDC cholera situation report for week 25, 3 states, Lagos, Ogun.
This is a very, very in the trend at this 21. And hearing from what we eat is big. Do you know there is why when you see these health officers inspecting your house, whether your latrine, whether you
sanitary
inspectors, we still need them because we do the right thing. Let us be mindful of our environment. Let us be mindful of what lifestyle. Even if it was pipe-borne water, we must see boiling. When you go to the toilet, you will wash your hand. Show that you wash your hand with soap. Most of the pipes are burst along the line. God save this country.
Amen. I thank you so much, Mr. Salman Salami, as usual, for your analysis. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir.
It is a teamwork.
All right, that's our package on this way. I know my program is return. And don't forget, at 10 a.m., we will have Insight.